Hello guys, I'm going to be showing you how to create clothes on Imvu. We're going to start from beginners and we're going to go to like amateur and then so forth. So we're going to go up in levels. We're going to start from the very beginning. So in this video I'm going to be showing you how to, derive a product, get the textures from a product, put them on Photoshop, change the color of them, maybe add something onto them. Well, I'll just show you all that beginning stuff on how to actually create. So first off, before you can even start creating, you gotta make sure you have VIP. If you ain't got VIP, then you're not gonna be able to create. So make sure you get VIP first before you create, so then you're able to actually create. Otherwise you won't be able to, access this. So we're gonna be working on a mesh I found not too long ago. And I'm going to put the link in the description, for that mesh. And this is the mesh right here. It's just a casual leather jacket. I'm going to put the link in the description. But as you see here, we're on the product on the page. And what you want to do is find where the textures are going to be. So we got the textures and then we got the UV map. So the UV map, I'll explain what the UV map is. So we're going to open the texture first, and then the UV map. So this is the texture. This is obviously where it displays that it's a leather jacket, and the UV is the mapping of the mesh. So this is the front of the mesh. I can't show you the mesh yet unless we derive, but I'll show you in just a moment. So this is the front part of the jacket, and this outline part, anything outside this bit here. So let's say I drew on this part here, it wouldn't show up on the mesh because it's not within the actual mesh's UV map. So everything's within, like if I switch between, you can see that it's within the UV. So that's basically what a UV map is. So we want to download all the textures. I've already done it. So you just basically, right click, save, and then you just save it. So you save it as JPEG, it automatically saves as JPEG anyways. Once you've saved all the textures, sometimes I like to actually get the UVs as well for when I do when I completely change the texture, I like to use the UV map to outline the actual texture. So then when I add a entirely new texture onto the UV, it will be within the UV map. So it's easier to map everything. So now that we've saved all the textures, we're going to go down, all the way down to the bottom, where you see like the big red text writing, and to the right of that there should be derive from product. We click on that and we open it Imvu. It should pop up with something, and then it will open us up onto an editor tab where we can work on the mesh. So this is the mesh right here. It's what it looks like on the avatar. My avatar's default. I'm going to keep it default, but this is the mesh right here. So as you saw with the texture and the UV map, it cuts off here. The UV's marked here and around the sleeves. It's been marked through like Blender and stuff like that when you mark seams on a UV and stuff like that. So it's all cut off into sections. So this is the front section here. This is the sleeves. This is the back, and then it's got the t-shirt under the leather jacket. So now that we got this displayed, we're going to go into Photoshop. I've got Photoshop CC, I believe. Yeah, I think it's Photoshop CC. So then we just obviously open up, we open our file, wherever we saved it as. I saved it in this file here. And this is what it should look like. Let's get rid of that. So this is what it would look like. So I'm going to be showing you how to change the color of the jacket. But with this jacket, like with a t-shirt, it would be so easy. But with a jacket, it's got some silver, like it's got the zips and stuff like that on it. So what we're going to do, we're going to Control J, which is a duplicate shortcut on Photoshop. So you duplicate, let's see, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we do it 5. So we make 5 of those. And then we get this tool right here. I like to use all the time. I use this all the time. And we pretty much just outline the zips and where all the silver stuff is really before we change the color of anything. We got to keep that silver in there instead of the silver being like, let's say we change this to like a brown leather, and the zip's like a shade of brown. But anyways, once we've selected the zip, we're going to go to the bottom right here, and you see this little thing here. This is the mask tool. There's an add layer mask, sorry. So you add a layer mask. So now basically, if I remove that main layer on top of the below the mask, it's just gonna keep the zip. So now we got the zip like that. We're gonna do the rest now with these. So you basically just, you know, outline where all the light silver texture is, and then mask it like so. We mask it again. We do the same. We're gonna do it here as well. Oh, yeah. And then like so forth. Simple stuff really, but I do this with anything that has like zips or like any form of like, you know, silver or gold on it. It doesn't really matter how it looks like on this, because when I do this it will like make it look a lot cleaner than how it actually turned out when I was selecting. You can take more time with this if you want to, you know, if you really want it to be perfect, you can do that, but I don't really need to do that. We're not going to worry about these, like, we're really not going to worry about those. Let's see, actually, no, we're going to worry about those. Yeah, we're going to worry about those. So what I'm going to do is we're going to add a new layer, put it all the way at the top. We're gonna add a mask, and we're gonna click onto this white box here. We're gonna Control I. We're gonna make it black, and then we go back onto the texture. Actually, no, we stay onto that layer mask. Sorry, and then we select the outer part. So like this, like so, and then we get the brush tool. Oh. And then we make it, we make sure it's under white, and then we paint over it. Then what we do, we get the same tool here again, and we do it in the middle now. And what we're going to do, we're going to make this black. So basically what I've just done, I've drew on the layer mask. So when I remove all of these, it's going to have this now, because I drew it. So I outlined it and then put it in white. Because if you see down here, it's got like white where the lines are where I've selected. So anything that's in the white will be visible. So we'll do the same for the other one now. We'll do it on the same layer thing. We don't need to make a separate one for that. Don't need to make a separate layer for that, may I say. And then it should be good now. Should just, yeah, it has both of them now. There we go. So now that we've selected all the silver, and now that we just want to change the color of the jacket, what we're going to do is we're going to Control J at the bottom layer, so we can keep this main. So if we mess something up, we got this spare layer here. So then we use this one in case we mess anything up. So what I want to do is Control L, which puts us onto levels, and I want to make it a bit brighter. I want to put it up let's say 140, so I want it to be on grey, so it'll be a bit easier for the brown to show up. So now if we get a brown, like so, and then we obviously paint or bucket it, whatever. So now we did, so we made the, I did that too fast, I apologize. So basically what I just did is I filled up the layer with the brown, and then I made it a soft light. I put the soft light effect under it. So I went under the layer, clicked onto this, went under soft light, and then I duplicated the layer. So now what I want to do is I want to go to this main layer again, Control L, and make it a bit brighter, because it was very dark. So we did 1.40 and then 1.40 again, so I got to remember that. So 1.40, well 1.4. Let's just call that 1.4 so I can remember. So now that is, it's now a brown leather. So if we save that, call it brown leather jacket. Save. So now we go on to Imvu, we click on edit. We go under where we just saved our new brown leather jacket, and you click that. Press apply changes. Now we have a brown leather jacket for the first layer, because this has 3 layers. It's not just one layer, it's 3. So what we're going to do